the basics. Where are you from? What do you do? Uh, Go for it.
Sure. So my name's Joel. I own two companies. One is a ghostwriting company called Ghostwriters and Co. Primarily, obviously, do ghostwriting, any sort of written communication. My second company is called Rancon Marketing, and we specialize in search engine optimization. Born and raised in Vancouver.
Awesome. So yeah, me too. Canada guys. So
Yeah.
what can we say?
We're a pretty rare breed when you look at it. There's very few of us who are actually born and raised in Vancouver.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely an international city. So yeah, Joel, can you tell me a bit about what the problem was you were having before you invested in the operations course and us working together?
Sure. So, uh, I guess the biggest problem was I was doing everything. I was, getting the business. I was doing the work. I was doing accounting. Yeah, you name it. And there was basically, I guess, typical solopreneur in terms of trying to accomplish everything at once. And obviously, with that brings a lot of stress and anxiety because you can't actually do everything perfectly. And so, dropping the ball on a lot of tasks that I knew were important, but just didn't get around to. And so, yeah, like just not sleeping and not being able to perform my best and perform in a way that I knew I needed to in order to satisfy and serve my clients for the best of my abilities.
And can you tell me a little bit about your experience working with me,
Sure.
about the solution and what that looked like?
So what I really enjoyed was, and I knew this going in, was the systematic process that you had in terms of um, fixing the problem, and you knew exactly the steps I needed to take, and you led me through those steps in order to accomplish my goals and to reduce my stress and make sure that I was able to outsource when I needed to, when I was able to focus on the tasks that I needed to. And I think the way that the material was presented was really good. The visuals were really nice, and I was able to, you know, gather the information in a way that made sense, and way that I could was very actionable. And the way that the different courses or modules were laid out was really well done, and like I said, systematic. So they're very easy to digest and then take action on them for the next week.
Awesome, awesome. And can you tell me what the results were
Sure.
after going through the program?
Mhm. So I focused more on the ghostwriting side. So I'm going to talk about that. So before working with you, Dan, like I said, solopreneur, tried to do everything. Um, Through working with you, I was able to take on a partner in the ghostwriting business. Uh, we're able to
Not
share the
not me, just to
workload.
clarify. I wasn't the partner. It was a different.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but you showed me the way to do it basically, um, and how I didn't need to do everything myself. I took on two additional contractors to do more of the writing and more of the workload. um, and so definitely, and through that was able to grow the business and expand and focus on actually, yeah, doing more of the sales and more of the growth activities.
Awesome. That's great. So yeah, like when we first talked, I love that you're very passionate about what you do in ghostwriting and writing. And it's great to see how, your business is starting to scale up slowly. And that's great for your organization to grow. And uh, also it's great that, when you're able to take some of that off your plate, I'm sure it brings back, some of the passion and reduces some of the stress. And I'm sure the people that you're selling to, when you have more time to sell, that they can see that as well. So that's
Mhm.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was definitely in a reactionary mode in the business, was always, yeah, like putting out the nearest fire. And through this course, I was able to offload some of that work to other people. So yeah, I'm able to focus more on my skill set, things that I know that I can do really well. And as a result, the clients are served better through that process.
Awesome. And one thing initially, when you were right about to make the jump to get started with the operations course and figuring out, to build different systems and the process to do that, what was the main concern that maybe would have prevented you from investing and getting guidance? And what really put those fears to rest?
Mhm. I don't know if there's any concern really. I think the
Was it maybe,
ghostwriting
I guess we,
industry is a bit of a unique
yeah,
industry. And so just making sure that you kind of understood that industry a little bit or was able to help in that industry. I'm not sure if that's it was something that that kind of arose. I don't know if it was really a concern. I wouldn't call it so much a concern, but as a point to note.
yeah,
And I think that the just I knew you from BNI. Obviously, I knew you from before, and so I was I knew how you operated, and I always was envious on the way that you were very systematic in your approach, and you were able to see things through systems, and that's not one of my strong suits at all. I come from like a very messy creative background where, you know, things are all over the place, and so I know I needed some of that um, guidance to be able to operate more efficiently, and I knew that you were the person to provide that, partly because of your personality and partly just through, I guess, outgrowing friendship. And I've seen you work in a variety of instances, and I was, always impressed in the way that you conducted business, the way that you were able to upsell, cross sell, all those necessary, I guess, abilities. And so, yeah, I think it's a combination of all that that made me really want to work with you.
awesome. And specifically, what's your favorite thing, or what's the thing, I guess, that stood out to you the most, or that you like the most about working together?
Mhm. I think your ability to really go above and beyond my expectations. I could tell that you really wanted to help, and you were there to facilitate growth and success. And I mean, I think a couple times I just phoned you up out of the blue, and we had these long conversations about what uh
Sorry. Oh,
uh, can you
yeah.
hear me? Sorry, my
Yeah, you said
audio's
you said what, and it cut out there.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there was the these long, I'd phone you up out of the blue, and there's these long conversations that we'd have, and you would give me plenty of actionable advice. And obviously that's not something that a lot of people would do. And like just like small stuff of of sending me kind of templates for to hire, assistants or writers, stuff that you've created. You didn't have to do that. I know that that was above and beyond the kind of scope that we worked through and we're working on. So those things were real. I was really impressed with.
Awesome. And so wrapping up, is there anything you'd like to add about your experience or now your scaling process or just the whole experience working with me or anything at all you'd like to share?
I think yeah, just if you are looking, if you are like me and you feel like you're all over the place, you feel like the business is running you rather than you're running the business, then Dan is a perfect person to talk to. And because he is really able to pinpoint the problem and diagnose it and help you solve it. And I think that it's a very rare commodity, and so I really appreciate that from you, and the way that you systematize everything, that you organize. It's very rare, I think, in an entrepreneur because they're usually just running a mile a minute. They don't stop to breathe, and so you're able to help them sort of take those deep breaths, help them look around and figure out, okay, where are we? What do we actually want to accomplish, and how best to get there?
Awesome. Well, thank you, Joel. Thank you for jumping on the call with me, and thank you so much for your time and sharing your experience. And I'm really excited to see how your business is developing. And I know you have some growth and scaling for your business ahead of you. So thanks so much for your time, and talk to you very soon.
Yeah, no worries.